as I said before, we say that they are subject pronouns because, again, they are the subject of the sentence. Remember that the subject is the person that does the action, the person or the animal, the thing, that performs the action of the sentence. So if I have this sentence, I go to the park, I is the subject because I am the one doing the action. The action is go, which is the verb. Let me put it here. So we have that the subject is who performs the action or who does the action in a sentence. Just like in Spanish, it's basically the same. Subject is who performs the action in the sentence. Then we have the pronouns. The pronouns is, what they do is that they substitute the noun. For example, we substitute Pedro for he. That's what the pronouns do. Then we have the verb. The verb is the action in a sentence. So for example, if I say I go to the park, what is the verb? In this sentence, can you girls tell what is the verb?
Go.
Go, exactly. Exactly, go. So you can tell that I is the subject because I am the one in the sentence going to the park. So I am the one that is doing the action. So in this case, what we are going to see now are the object pronouns, which are a little bit confusing at first. But an object pronoun, so we already know that the subject is the person that performs the action in the sentence. We already know that the pronouns substitute the noun. For example, we substitute Pedro for he. We substitute Maria for she. We know that the verb is the action in the sentence. Verbs like go, walk, all of those are verbs, actions. But then we have the object of the sentence. So basically, the object of the sentence is the person, the thing, or the animal that is going to receive the action in a sentence. So not all sentences have objects, like not all sentences have object pronouns. Because again, the object, let me write it here, the object is who receives the action in a sentence. So for example, if I have the sentence, this thing is too small. If I have the sentence, she is talking to Maria, who is the subject of this sentence? Who knows? Who is the subject? Who is doing the action?
She.
She is doing the action. Exactly. So she is the subject because she is the one doing. Then we have the action, talking. This is the verb that we are going to be using. Although we have another verb, we have the verb to be. But in this case, the main verb of the sentence, the action of the sentence is talking, talk. So who is she talking to? She's talking to Maria. That means that Maria is going to become the object of this sentence. So we have she is the subject, talking is the verb, and Maria is our object because Maria is the one receiving the action. So since this is a noun, we use the object pronouns to substitute the nouns of the sentence. We already know the subjects. We already know I, you, he, she. So for example, in here, in that same sentence that we have she's talking to Maria because I substituted the noun for she. But I can also say if I go ahead and say Sheila is talking to Maria, is the same. The only difference is that I am substituting the names of my sentence using pronouns. So if I want to substitute the name, this name Maria, I cannot use, for example, I cannot say she. I cannot go ahead and say she is talking to, sorry, give me a moment. I cannot say she is talking to she, for example, because this is not a subject. Again, this is the object. So that is what we are going to see now, how we can substitute this name at the end of the sentence, how we can substitute this person receiving the action since we cannot use the subject pronouns. That's when we use the object. So for the object pronouns, we have we have me, we have you, we have him, her, it stays the same, so it's it. We becomes us, you, and they is them. So, let me put okay, so these are the object pronouns. Again, these are the ones that receive the action in a sentence. So in here, instead of saying she's talking to she or she's talking to Maria, what we do is that we substitute the name and we say she is talking to her, or she is talking to him if it's a boy. She is talking to us if it's a group where I am included. She's talking to them if it's a group I am not included. So as you can see, we can use these object pronouns again to tell who is the person, the animal, or thing receiving the action in a sentence. The subject is the one that performs the action, is the one that does the action, and then the object is the one that receives this action. Let me erase this. Now let's do an exercise. Give me a moment.